Defending champions Pontypridd had to work hard for their win at home against middle-of-the-table Ebbw Vale. Ponty's first try came from number 8 Jack Davis before winger Chris Clayton picked up a loose ball with scrum half Tom Williams in support. Ebbw Vale, however, never gave up, and centre Aaron Pinch's converted try closed the gap to 3 points at the break. Richard Powell's penalty then levelled the score before Ponty held on for a narrow win. In the week which saw Ponty lose their forwards coach Geraint Lewis to the WRU, they continued their dominance in the league. Cardiff Blues flanker Ellis Jenkins scored their first of 3 tries. Alex Summerhill, though, rounded off the try of the match, but the second half failed to live up to the first, and Ponty were denied a bonus point try thanks to Key's determined defence.
Ride of the round was between Premiership co-leaders Ebbw Vale and Pontypridd, and we sent Rick O'Shea to Eugene Cross Park to sample the atmosphere.
Relegated in 2010, Division 1 East champions in 2011 and 2012, back-to-back champions of the new National Championship in 2013 and 2014, and promotion back into the Welsh Premiership this season. Leagues can change their names and teams can move up and down them, but the places, they stay the same. This is Eugene Cross Park, the home of Ebbw Vale RFC. South Africa lost to Gwent here in 1969. And in 2000, Ebbw put 50 points on Toulon at this place. What happened to them? Arthur Lewis, Denzel Williams, Alan Bateman, Dan Lydiot, Scrum V regular Kingsley Jones, to name but a few, have all run out in the red, white and green. Just how difficult has it been for Ebbw Vale this past few years or so?
It's been quite difficult. I mean, I think first year was tough to win the league. After that, we kind of every year got better and better. And the last 2 years, we were really ready to come up. So it was a long old haul, but today is why we did it. Glenn, what we've done is try to rebuild sort of links with local clubs, give them a pathway through to the highest level, and hopefully then on to, you know, regional and international level game.
Well, if you were Pontypridd, this would be the last place you'd want to come for a cup tie. First versus second in the Principality. Currently the 2 best club teams in Wales, and Ebbw Vale are back where they belong.
It's very much a family club now, and we know the players, we know the families of the players, and everything's gone well. We've established ourselves, I think, in the Premier Division now. We've got 11 wins, and but this today will be a real tester.
You've stood on this terrace a few times down the years. Tell me, how hard were the hard times?
Well, the hard times were hard, and the good times were great. In professional rugby, it was fantastic watching rugby at Ebbw Vale with several thousand on the bank here, but it's great to be back up at the top.
It's gone from sleet now. This is proper snow. Unconfirmed stories I've heard that the actual name Ebbw Vale is derived from the ancient Welsh word for hypothermia. Is that right? Well, in your Hawaiian?
Well, it's quite a warm day by comparison to a lot of them up here.
Is it positively balmy?
They've had their ups and downs, you know, historically, obviously a great club. I was born just over the top of the hill there, so I used to walk over and watch Ebbw Vale as a kid. So I got fond memories of the place, and you know, over the last few years, of course, with the introduction of the regions, they've slipped down the pecking order, but they did incredibly well under Jason Strange, you know, in the Championship to come back up to the Premiership, and well deserved.
45-50 minutes we were right in the game, and then the momentum just went away from us, and you know, that's a lot of credit needs to go to Pontypridd for that. It's been a fantastic few years, you know, and hopefully the club will go from strength to strength in the next few years. But you know, we've got a real exciting end of the season. We've got Pontypridd to play again now in a fortnight, and you know, we lick our wounds and hopefully go down there and we get the right result.
But joining Pontypridd in the quarter-finals are Ebbw Vale, a comfortable win for them. The sun shone brightly on Pontypridd yesterday as skipper David Lockyer celebrated his 250th appearance for the club by scoring 1 of their 3 tries. The Steelmen were nailed at Sardis Road as they failed to score a point.
And cup holders Pontypridd entertained the Drovers of Llandovery on a rain-soaked Sardis Road. Even local legend Garen Jenkins got involved preparing the pitch for this one.
Free kick quickly taken by Godfrey. Away to Humberston. The pass to Aled Summerhill, and he might just have squeezed in at the corner for the game's first try. Pontypridd in the ascendancy. Lloyd Williams hoping to profit. Just about held up. Away it comes again for Humberston to Summerhill. Matthew Nuttall has got Dale Stuckey. Stuckey in at the angle. Try number 3 for Ponty. Wayne O'Connor protecting possession for Joel Rakes. Nice switch for Aled Summerhill. Oh, Summerhill skating through the mud, looking for support up to 22. He's got it from Garen Smith, and Smith is in for the try. Rakes to Jared Evans, Wales under-20 fly half. Palmer and O'Connor combining. Shellard, oh, great hands from the forwards, and it's James Howe who ploughs over in the mud. Belcher finds Craig Locke. Ponty really dominant in these closing stages. Dan Godfrey has the ball up the jumper. Traditional stuff from the home side, rumbling towards Llandovery's line. It's 6 of the best for the cup holders.
So congratulations to all the winners, and just to confirm those scores then, Bridgend 20, Merthyr. So we travel to an iconic place in Pontypridd to meet a Pontypridd icon who's now in charge of the Blues. Like winning your first cap, having your own grog is a sign you've made it.
So here we are, Dale. I mean, you're no stranger to this place. You've been here more than a few times.
Yeah, tremendous piece of history in Pontypridd. There was at one time grogs of myself, but I think they can't sell anymore, so I think they're in the back and on the back shelf.
Or are they sold out?
Oh, I wish.
If you're a real icon, or if you play for Pontypridd, you might get one in club colours.
Oh, yeah, that was a while ago. That's probably why I'm in the museum now. So, but yeah, they've done a few grogs of me over the years, thankfully. They've been really supportive.
If you're the chief, you'll get a one-off limited edition.
There's one of you looking quite fetching in your full Maori gear.
Oh, I asked him to paint some abs on me, to be honest with you, that Maori kit, so yeah, he did me a massive favour.
Grog Shop Governor Rich Hughes is a proper Ponty fan, and clearly a big admirer of the big man.
There's very few people that would make me get up out of a trench and go over the top, but Dale's one of them. I don't know whether it's slightly intimidating or it's just my total respect for the guy. He's always been one of my heroes.
So McIntosh is the kind of guy you'd follow over the top, but does he think the Ponty hardcore would ever follow him to the Cardiff Arms Park? Would they ever forgive him for becoming a Blue?
Just because your daughter moves out of the house when she grows up doesn't mean you love her any less. It's just the way it is, you know. I love Pontypridd with all my heart, I always will. But I'm doing my trade elsewhere. For me, you know, I know what I'm about, mate. I don't need anyone to tell me who to love and who not to love. I want to be in the Blues. End of. I'm not being hypocritical. I'm a Pontypridd boy. But I'm now a Cardiff Blues boy. You know, my living and my passion is now with the Blues.
Robinson. McIntosh, phenomenal tackling.
That Pontypridd team you were associated with was known for its hardness. How are you intending to bring a little bit of that Pontypridd spirit to the Cardiff Blues?
You know, a lot of them are valley boys anyway, but they're good lads. You know, I've coached a lot of them through age grade, the Cardiff boys and what have you, and they're mentally tough. You know, what we just lack is consistency. We do need an edge, you know, a harder edge. We also want to play with a bit of panache. We want to play with a bit of finesse and pace. So it's not about just going out there smashing people and inflicting pain. It's about making sure we're accurate in what we do and being quite diverse in the way we play the game.
Is it fair to say then they have perhaps had a soft underbelly in the past, particularly when you compare them to a side like Pontypridd who prided themselves on their physicality?
Tough question. I'd like them to be far harder, far more uncompromising, but within the rules of the game. But you know, that's just me. I'm guessing other coaches probably would be more controlled, but you know, I'm not going to kind of measure them against the Pontypridd of old, because we had many faults. Fortunately, one of them wasn't being soft.
Well, all 30 players are involved, and it's absolute mayhem.
There's an enormous game coming around the corner. The Dragons against the Blues in the European Challenge Cup. And it's probably the first game in a long time between two Welsh regions where there is something tangible hanging on it. It's not a Welsh derby in the league, it's a knockout game in the Cup. It's a massive game.
I'm hoping, I'm praying that the players understand the psyche needed to win that game. Unfortunately, there's an opposition against us, a well-coached opposition. Two good friends of mine, and Lynn and Kingsley, will be obviously constructing our downfall. But I'm hoping that the players will turn up mentally, and if that's the case, we should have a good spectacle. Kingsley Jones is going to be our studio guest on Sunday's programme. Do you have a personal message for him? You can do it down the barrel if you like. No. In all fairness to Kingsley, he's a very good rugby player, very small, but he always hid behind Byron Hayward and Mark Jones, so nowhere to hide this time, buddy.
Kings, right to reply?
He's still hurting. I remember one of those trademark tackles came my way and I sat him down, honestly. And I went up to the next line and I went, "Hey, Chief, you ain't so tough." And he said, "I'm doing my shoelace up, man. What are you talking about?" He said to me. Fair play to him. Always got a line.
Plenty of Martin Williams grogs, plenty of Chief grogs, as we saw. We didn't see a Kingsley Jones one there.
Sold out, of course.
Of course they are. On the Chief, he's a very honest man. Can't deny him that. He wants that job. He was unequivocal. Is this Challenge Cup run now a chance? Is it a job interview for him, effectively? If the Blues win that cup, does that guarantee him the job?
I wouldn't say it guarantees him a job, but it's not going to do him any harm if they go on and win it. I think, look, I think a partnership is okay short term. I don't think to take a club forward you need a head man, whether that head man is Dale McIntosh or Paul John. I don't know, or somebody from the outside. We'll have to wait and see. But look, they record Paul and Dale since they've been in charge. I think that was the first game they've actually lost since they've been head coaches on Friday night in a tough place in Ulster. So, you know, they haven't done themselves any harm. It's a huge win on Saturday. Really big game for both regions. So win that. It's a winnable competition as well. I'd say Exeter probably the favourites because they're probably the best side in the competition. But apart from that, you know, win that game Saturday, and who knows what can happen.
Massive game on Saturday at Rodney Parade.